Have you ever wondered why sometimes you feel drained, stressed, or unbalanced despite your best efforts? According to Buddhism, there are certain things we unknowingly accept from others that disrupt our inner peace and hinder our personal growth. These things may seem harmless, but they slowly chip away at our energy and prevent us from living a full and prosperous life. In this video, we're going to reveal the 5 crucial things you should never accept from anyone, based on the powerful teachings of Buddhism. By understanding and applying these insights, you'll learn how to protect your energy, strengthen your serenity, and bring more harmony into your everyday life. Are you tired of feeling emotionally drained by the expectations or behaviors of others? Do you want to break free from the mental traps that are blocking your path to inner peace? Stick with us, because this content is essential for anyone seeking a more balanced and fulfilled life. Negative energy, whether it's anger, jealousy, or resentment, can easily seep into your life if you accept it from others. These emotions act like toxins, clouding your mind and unsettling your inner peace. According to Buddhist teachings, our mental and emotional well-being is directly tied to the energy we allow into our space. Absorbing someone else's negativity can disrupt your equilibrium, leaving you feeling drained, anxious, or even reactive. Buddha emphasized that we are not responsible for the emotional states of others. If someone directs their anger or resentment toward you, it's important to detach from it. You don't have to carry the burden of someone else's pain or frustration. By learning to recognize and reject this kind of energy, you protect your own mental clarity and emotional health, allowing yourself to stay grounded in compassion rather than being swept into conflict. The key is mindfulness. By staying aware of how you feel in the presence of negativity, you can make a conscious choice to shield yourself from it. This doesn't mean distancing yourself from others completely, but instead maintaining your inner peace by setting boundaries when necessary. It's about compassion for yourself, understanding that accepting negative energy from others doesn't serve your highest good or theirs. Guilt and shame are 2 of the most destructive emotions we can carry, and often they are imposed on us by others. In Buddhist teachings, the concept of kleshas, mental states that cloud the mind, includes guilt as a force that hinders spiritual progress. When others make you feel guilty or ashamed for your choices, beliefs, or actions, it's a form of emotional manipulation that burdens your soul. Accepting guilt that isn't truly yours can trap you in a cycle of self-doubt and anxiety. Buddhism encourages self-compassion and understanding that we are all imperfect beings on a journey of growth. Mistakes are inevitable, but they are not meant to be carried as a weight of shame. Instead, they should be seen as learning opportunities, not as reasons to punish ourselves. When someone tries to project their own fears or judgments onto you through guilt, it's essential to recognize that you are not obligated to take ownership of those emotions. You have the right to forgive yourself and move forward without dwelling on guilt that isn't yours to carry. By refusing to accept guilt and shame from others, you free yourself from an emotional burden that blocks your path to inner peace. This doesn't mean avoiding responsibility for your actions, but rather understanding that no one else should define your worth based on their judgments. When you let go of unnecessary guilt, you can embrace a more compassionate and forgiving relationship with yourself, allowing your spirit to flourish. Criticism can be valuable when it's constructive, but unnecessary or harsh criticism can damage your self-esteem and block your growth. Buddhism teaches the importance of right speech and intention, meaning that words should come from a place of compassion and wisdom. When others criticize you without care or with the intent to hurt, they are projecting their own issues onto you. Accepting this kind of criticism can lead to self-doubt and diminish your confidence in your own abilities. It's essential to differentiate between feedback that helps you grow and criticism that only aims to tear you down. constructive feedback comes from a place of compassion and genuine care for your well-being. On the other hand, unnecessary criticism, rooted in jealousy or negativity, drains your energy and pulls you away from your true path. If you accept this criticism, you begin to question your worth and your decisions, making it difficult to maintain your inner balance. Buddhism reminds us to protect our mental space by not internalizing others' harmful words. By practicing mindfulness, you can discern when to let go of criticism that doesn't serve your higher self. This practice allows you to stay centered in your own truth, focusing on your personal journey without being swayed by external judgments. When you refuse to accept unnecessary criticism, you create room for self-growth and a deeper connection with your inner wisdom. Fears and doubts are deeply personal, yet many people unknowingly pass their own onto others. Whether it's a loved one expressing concern or a colleague projecting their insecurities, accepting other people's fears can limit your own potential. In Buddhist teachings, we're reminded that our reality is shaped by our mind. When you allow someone else's doubts to enter your consciousness, you risk letting their fears shape your decisions and restrict your possibilities. It's natural for people to voice their concerns, but it's important to remember that their doubts are not your own. Just because someone else fears failure or believes a certain path is too risky, doesn't mean those fears should become yours. Buddhism encourages us to recognize that fear is often an illusion, a mental construct that exists only because we give it power. When you stop accepting the fears of others, you allow yourself to see opportunities clearly, free from the cloud of negativity. To stay aligned with your true path, practice detachment from the fears and insecurities others may project onto you. Mindfulness allows you to observe these fears without letting them influence your decisions. By staying grounded in your own vision and trusting your intuition, you can move forward with confidence, unburdened by external doubts. Refusing to accept these doubts opens the door to greater courage and self-assurance in your life journey. Unrealistic expectations from others can create overwhelming pressure, making you feel like you're constantly falling short. In Buddhist philosophy, striving for balance and mindfulness is key, and unrealistic expectations push us far from that equilibrium. When others expect you to live according to their standards, whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal life, it can cause stress, anxiety, and even self-resentment when you can't meet those demands. Accepting these expectations only pulls you away from your true self and the peace you seek. Buddhism teaches that we must live authentically and in harmony with our own path, not someone else's. Trying to meet expectations that aren't aligned with your values leads to dissatisfaction and emotional turmoil. It's important to recognize that no one else can define what success or happiness means for you. By rejecting unrealistic expectations, you reclaim your personal power and focus on what truly matters to you, rather than constantly striving to fulfill the desires of others. Setting boundaries is essential here. When you stop accepting the pressure to meet someone else's standards, you can make choices based on what resonates with your own heart and mind. This allows you to live more freely, without the burden of external judgment or approval. Rejecting these expectations not only brings more peace into your life, but also allows you to follow your path with confidence and clarity. Each of these 5 things, negative energy, guilt, unnecessary criticism, other people's fears, and unrealistic expectations, may seem harmless in isolation. But when you accept them into your life, they slowly drain your emotional and mental energy. Every time you absorb someone else's negativity or allow their doubts to influence your decisions, you give away a piece of your inner peace. This constant exposure leaves you feeling exhausted, anxious, and disconnected from your true self. Over time, this energy drain can impact your mental clarity and overall well-being. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of protecting your inner energy because it's the source of your mindfulness, focus, and compassion. When you take on external pressures that don't belong to you, it becomes harder to maintain the balanced, serene state that Buddhist teachings encourage. Instead of being in control of your own life, you become reactive, always responding to the emotional and mental forces around you. This constant state of reactivity prevents you from cultivating the inner calm needed for personal growth and fulfillment. By learning to reject these energy drains, you empower yourself to live more mindfully. You regain the ability to focus on what truly matters, your spiritual journey, your personal goals, and the relationships that uplift you. Protecting your energy isn't selfish. It's a necessary step to living a more balanced, peaceful, and fulfilled life. When you stop allowing others to deplete your energy, you create the space for serenity and self-compassion to thrive. In Buddhism, the concept of letting go is central to attaining inner peace and enlightenment. Letting go doesn't mean giving up on life or relationships. It means releasing attachments to things that do not serve your well-being. When you cling to negative energy, guilt, criticism, or fears imposed by others, you create unnecessary suffering. According to Buddhist teachings, suffering arises from attachment. And by practicing non-attachment, you free yourself from the mental and emotional burdens that weigh you down. Letting go allows you to reclaim your power and return to a state of balance. It's about recognizing that holding on to external pressures, like others' expectations or unresolved resentment, keeps you trapped in a cycle of stress and dissatisfaction. By releasing these attachments, you open yourself up to the present moment, where true peace and mindfulness reside. In this state, you're no longer weighed down by the past or anxious about the future, but instead are free to live with greater clarity and joy. The practice of letting go is not easy, but it is deeply transformative. It requires mindfulness and self-awareness to recognize when you're holding on to things that no longer serve you. By cultivating a mindset of non-attachment, you allow yourself to experience life more fully, with less emotional clutter. Letting go creates the space for serenity, compassion, and personal growth, guiding you toward a life of greater harmony and balance. To avoid the energy-draining forces we've discussed, it's crucial to practice mindfulness and set clear boundaries. One of the most effective ways to shield yourself from negativity is by being aware of how situations or people make you feel. If you notice that someone's anger or fears leave you feeling unsettled, take a step back. Use mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing or meditation to ground yourself in the present moment, allowing you to respond calmly rather than react emotionally. Another key tip is learning to say no without guilt. Often, people accept unrealistic expectations or criticism because they feel obligated to please others. However, protecting your energy means recognizing when to put yourself first. Politely declining situations that don't align with your values or add unnecessary pressure is a powerful way to maintain your inner peace. By setting boundaries with those who try to project their insecurities or emotions onto you, you can safeguard your mental and emotional well-being. Surround yourself with people and environments that uplift you. Seek out relationships and activities that bring positivity and peace into your life. Whether through meditation groups, supportive friends, or time spent in nature, these moments of positive energy will help replenish your spirit. By consciously choosing where you invest your time and energy, you can cultivate a life filled with balance, serenity, and personal fulfillment. Mindfulness is a powerful tool in Buddhist teachings for reclaiming your inner power. It's the practice of being fully present in the moment, aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment. When you practice mindfulness, You gain the ability to observe how external forces, such as negative energy or criticism, impact your mind and body. This heightened awareness allows you to break free from the automatic responses that drain your energy and keep you stuck in cycles of stress or anxiety. By embracing mindfulness, you shift from being reactive to being intentional. Instead of absorbing others' negativity or allowing their fears to influence your actions, you learn to pause, reflect, and respond from a place of calm. This creates a mental space where you can choose how to engage with the world, deciding what deserves your energy and what does not. With this approach, you reclaim control over your emotions, your actions, and ultimately, your life. In this space of mindfulness, your inner power begins to flourish. The beauty of mindfulness is that it can be practiced anywhere, at any time. Whether it's taking a few moments to breathe deeply when you feel overwhelmed, or practicing meditation daily to strengthen your mental clarity, these small but consistent actions build a strong foundation for inner peace. Through mindfulness, you develop resilience to external pressures and the ability to navigate life with greater serenity, no longer letting others drain your energy or steer you away from your true path. Setting boundaries is an essential practice for transforming your relationships and protecting your energy. In Buddhism, boundaries are not seen as barriers, but as compassionate acts of self-care that allow you to maintain inner peace while still engaging with others. When you establish clear boundaries, you communicate to others how you expect to be treated and what behaviors you will not tolerate. This not only protects your emotional well-being, but also creates healthier and more respectful relationships. Boundaries are particularly important when dealing with individuals who may unconsciously project their fears, negativity, or unrealistic expectations onto you. Without boundaries, you risk becoming overwhelmed by their emotions or feeling responsible for their issues. Setting firm but compassionate boundaries allows you to remain empathetic while not absorbing the energy that drains you. It empowers you to be present in relationships without losing sight of your own needs, values, and emotional health. When boundaries are established, relationships often improve. By clearly defining your limits, you foster respect and mutual understanding. Healthy boundaries create space for open communication and deeper connections because they remove the tension that comes from unspoken expectations or emotional burdens. Setting boundaries strengthens not only your relationship with others, but also your relationship with yourself, as you learn to honor your own energy and emotional well-being. The teachings of Buddhism remind us that the energy we allow into our lives plays a significant role in shaping our emotional and spiritual well-being. By refusing to accept negativity, guilt, criticism, fear, and unrealistic expectations from others, you open the door to a more balanced and peaceful existence. These seemingly small, everyday influences can drain your energy and block your path to true fulfillment if left unchecked. But when you learn to set boundaries, practice mindfulness, and reclaim your inner power, you create a life that is in harmony with your highest self. Remember that protecting your energy is an act of self-compassion and growth. By applying these Buddhist principles, you can cultivate healthier relationships, nurture your inner peace, and live with greater clarity and purpose. Take time to reflect on the things you may have unknowingly accepted from others, and use this wisdom to free yourself from those burdens. Your journey towards serenity and fulfillment begins with the choices you make today. Let's take a moment to ground everything you've learned today with a powerful affirmation. Affirmations amplify the energy of rituals like this one, aligning your mind and spirit with your highest intentions. Repeat this affirmation. I trust in the infinite flow of the universe. Every step I take is guided by love, clarity, and purpose. I welcome prosperity, joy, and harmony into my life, knowing I am worthy of all good things. As you write and repeat these words, allow their energy to resonate within you. Let them remind you of your power to create the reality you truly desire. Write this affirmation in the comments below and make it a part of your daily practice. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button so we can continue bringing you content that uplifts and inspires. Also, share this video with anyone who might benefit from these powerful Buddhist teachings. Don't forget to check out our next video titled "Place Your Initials in Rice for 3 days and Watch Miracles Happen, Buddhist Teachings." This video explores how this ancient and symbolic practice can invite miraculous changes into your life. You definitely don't want to miss it. See you in the next video.